Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you all for coming today on this very special day for all of us, with mixed of emotion, sadness, and joy as well. Because at the time when we are going to give him a farewell, we are also celebrating at the same time his contributions and achievements, and most importantly, his interventions for each one of us. Not just in terms of what academic interventions are required for our professors and universities, but that moral interventions that each one of us require to carry forward what university really meant for. I welcome everyone in this very bad summer, but I think little bit because of him, some weather improvement, we could see some rains also. Thank you, sir. Maybe because of you, maybe, I think so. Otherwise, with all heart, I welcome each one of you, and I really welcome, most importantly, that we are very fortunate, honored, privileged, that the former professor and very well-known scholar of this region, Professor Gulshan Ditel, is with us. Please give a round of applause. Let me also remind this audience that she is the professor's professor. She has taught Professor Ramakrishnan. She was the supervisor of Professor Pradhan, and she has been an inspiration and institution both. So welcome, ma'am. It's an honor for us that you agreed. I was very hesitant that should you will or not, but Seema ma'am really convinced me that you will, so thanks to her. I welcome otherwise also everyone, and very happy, fortunate also that we are here to meet, to listen, and to celebrate Professor A.K. Ramakrishnan. I think if one look back in the last quarter of century or so, and each one of us that we have encountered Professor Ramakrishnan in very different way. Our own ideas, prejudices, our own confrontations. But one thing becomes very important, that after meeting him, whatever the past we all had, good, bad, ugly, fine, nice, it became meaningful. That's his interventions with each one of us in many ways. Somewhere we all share him, somewhere we all accomplish him in different ways. So it's our fortune actually, and also for me in particular, a decade-long association, being a student of MPhil and PhD, my life changed because of him. And I really give every credit to him. I never told him so in publicly, but everything, whatever I am and why, will be because of you. Thank you for that, and I think a lot of people echoes that sentiment here. And in that way, I'm taking that collective, sadness, happiness, both, and echoing their sentiments to welcome you again. But what separates him, or at least we can say that he is without any hiccups or without any imperative, he creates that one should not be a prisoner of any regulated system of thoughts. And that is a real something that especially comes from him. His interventions, that any thought control within a classroom is very against the idea of the university, and remembering the Tagore's famous word that mind should always, we should always thought, and that I just forget that anyways. Mind is without fear, and we should always hold our head high. So in that spirit, and that's also that his interventions have been very important for us. I go back to all of those classes, all of those speeches, and all of these things that we all have encountered in some way or the other. I just wanted to show something very special that we tried. If we fail, then that's our misfortune. But I want to show something before you, and then we can introduce today's chair, Professor Bansidhar Pradhan, and then we will continue with today's discussion. It was a tough task collecting everything, but in whatever bits and pieces. I could collect some memories, and I hope that it will stays with him. Thank you, Samim, for all the contribution support. Without you, it wouldn't have been possible. And to all the somebody from Professor KMCT, Professor Matthew, Dr. Bijulal Lirar, Madam KB Usha, and most importantly, Elizabeth and Kabir, agreeing to send your messages for him. I just want to take just a moment, and then I'll invite the chair of the session. I just want to thank him also, Professor Ramakrishnan, to giving us so many worlds. The world of Edward Said come through him. The world of Fanon comes through him. And the question of Palestine also somewhere for all of us that became a kind of a personal, that also comes from him. The other person who is equally important in that category and who has long association with Professor Ramakrishnan is Professor Bansidhar Pradhan, who is here with us, kindly agreed that he will chair the session. I just want to say that Professor Pradhan also retired last month, and they go along quite a long time in the early 80s when they were classmates together at MPhil, and then they went along in their respective lives. And we are fortunate that they both are here. When his retirement and farewell came, Professor Ramki was here, and now his time came, then he is going to chair it. How fortunate we all are in seeing this and welcoming of both of them. Just for a moment, I just want to thank Professor Pradhan for accepting to chair the session. This is the toughest part of like when you comes to an end, and particularly on a day that you have to officially say that. But I must say that when I was conceptualizing this film on him, I thought, what should the title I should do? And then what struck me that why not a journey of a secular pilgrim? And then it struck me that resonates with him. Often it is argued that a supervisor should maintain a academic distance or a personal distance from his students because they will take you guaranteed. He redefined the supervision idea of supervision itself. And I must say that your intellectual idea, your intellectual growth can only be transcended by your humanism. Institutionally, academicians do retire, intellectuals never retire. He never returns home, he has to live in exile. So you will remain forever in that way, in our memory, in our ideas. And I, on behalf of all the students, friends, colleagues, I join them and also take the opportunity collectively. Thank you for everything. It was tough to be you, sanity in chaos, continuing a man of 40 summers of teaching. It's tough, but I think that's why we all here. We honored with the presence of Madam Gulshan also. That really signifies that what actually means for each one of us. Thank you all. Thank you for everything. And thank you all, the team that really helped me out to make this happen. And lastly, to his family, who would be, I think, the happiest at least, because he will have more time for them. And I wish him nothing but just that please take at least more time for your writings, more travel, more peace, but we will never let you go. Thank you all.